Welcome to Leadership Energetics. Today's episode, we're going to talk about something that I wish I knew earlier in my leadership journey. And that is, ultimately, you do not have control of other people's reactions, other people's choices, and other people's choices of behavior. But you do have control in everything that you choose to do, the thoughts, the focus you give to things. That means how much energy you are giving to things, because where your focus goes, energy does flow. And when you become aware that every single time that you give something your rent in your mind, you are essentially giving it more energy. So the most powerful thing you can do in leadership is to understand that to improve your leadership skills, to improve the power and the effectiveness of your leadership, so that you can create powerful atmospheres where people love being led by you and where it is easy to manage people because you are deeply connected to how they feel. It is about mastering consciousness. The consciousness and the awareness and mindfulness of your being, of how you're feeling in each moment. Owning that fully. Being present in this situation, the circumstance you're in, but with consciousness. Being aware of your emotions, the sensations, its energy, your thoughts as information, but realizing you are not that, but you're the observer and the awareness behind that. You're the energy, the spirit that animates the existence of all that is that you're observing. And when you are in the seat of consciousness in leadership, now you're able to respond instead of react, which is one of the most powerful things that you'll ever do in leadership, is to not lose your temperance, to not lose your pulse. And what I mean by that is to, in each moment, figure out what you actually are feeling, your emotions, your sensations, and from that space to express authentically and genuinely will require you to be connected to how you actually are feeling. And when I say to be in control of yourself, let go of the idea that by being in control of yourself, you are going to control another. Because when it comes to leading your own energy, leadership energetics, and confidence building, so that you can show up in who you are in your spirit authentically and take up space, it does mean that you need to fully own and embrace the truth and the authentic expression that is coming through you, without being, it should be this or it should be that. Whatever is flowing through you in each moment is what is flowing through you. Having this perspective of non-judgment and acceptance, now you are seeing yourself as divine. You are seeing yourself as perfect as you are in that moment. And the reason that is so powerful is because now you are actually able to choose the choices and the emotions that you're having to express with intentionality and purpose. And instead of just being automatic, you're intentionally manually expressing. And there's power in that, because when you're in control of your own mind, you're in control of your own emotions, because you're actually going in your own pace, because you're actually listening to your own pulse, you're having limits and boundaries and standards, and you're standing up for them, and you're standing and you're sticking to what is true for you, and you're making that a non-negotiable, and you're setting boundaries and limits and expressing and communicating them and making consequences if they're not met. That shows that you've got your own back. You got yourself. And that's power. Because that means you're building a relationship with yourself. And you need to have a really good relationship with yourself before you even think about having a good relationship with someone else. And so when it comes to leadership, you are literally learning how to ride the direction of your energy. And to do that, you need to bring in consciousness by being present to what's actually occurring in your being in that moment and owning it. Own it. You feel tired, own it. You feel excited, own it. Don't lose your temperance. So don't feel excited but then think I shouldn't be excited, and then pretend not to be excited and then lose your own temperance, your own true fire in that moment. Because maybe your fire is small because you're feeling tired, but then you're trying to fake it till you make it and overcompensate, when leading your energy isn't faking till you make it. Leading your energy is you're tired, own that, and build yourself up with slightly shifting your perspective or slightly moving up by slowly expressing more excitement and more excitement and more excitement and more excitement, to the point where you feel it. Because when you feel it, people feel it. Something is genuine and true if you actually feel it. For example, if you're trying to build a genuine connection with someone, it's about actually feeling that thing that you're trying to convey the message for. So you have to actually be sending that message. And communication is something that's happening all the time. We're consistently sending messages, communication to one another, and having silent communications all of the time. So we have our body, we have our mind, and then we have our spirit, and we're all communicating all the time and sending messages to each other through all of these mediums. And so when you're aware and conscious of this, now you're in the driver's seat of your own expression. And that is so powerful and actually needed, because if you're in a leadership position, you don't want people to assume what you're trying to say. You don't want people to misunderstand or misinterpret because of a lack of intentionality. You want to be able to tick the boxes on what you can control, because there's so many things you cannot control. So you need to be able to be sure that the things and the expressions and the choices that you can control, that you monopolize on that, so that you're not letting it be down to luck or fate or randomness. You're making it be because of cause and effect, or because of strategy and planning. Because then that brings the power back to your court. And that also means that you're leading effectively. You're leading in a really good way, because now you're the one that is creating change and transformation. You're the one that is actually calling people to rise and transforming people for the better, because you are leading by example, which is you are bringing people a sense of like, you get to show up in a more empowered way. You get to be in your being in a way that's more empowered. And this also shows to yourself that you are the one that is living your life. You're in charge of your own life, and that you have your own back. And creating that confidence, that feeling of confidence with yourself, is priceless, because nobody else can give you that feeling but yourself, through your actions and your choices. And just showing up consistently, like I'm showing up consistently, just showing up for these episodes for you, right? That's powerful. The way that I'm showing up consistently, creating videos for you, these podcasts, by sharing my wisdom and my experience, this is building a trust with myself and a confidence in the relationship I have with myself. And also knowing that I'm making progress every day a little bit and getting better every single day I post and upload videos. That's building also a level of self-esteem, and also competence with myself. And so every choice you make is either building bridges or burning bridges with yourself. It is either progressing you or making you feel insecure and doubt yourself. And the more advanced you get in leadership, the more you realize everything that you do matters. And so that's when you start to be more conscious of what you're actually thinking in each moment, what messages you are sending out to people, and understanding that sometimes you have to communicate the messages that you're communicating in a way that the person can understand. Because every single person you communicate to will understand the messages in a different way, and you have to know who you're speaking to so that you can communicate the message in a way that they understand. So I'm going to finish the video here. This was very, very powerful. There's so many golden nuggets, so many golden gems, and I will speak to you very soon. Like the video so I know you're enjoying the content I'm creating. Subscribe for daily content, and I'll speak to you soon. Comment so I know and get to know you and speak to you, and I'll answer in my own time.